everybody. Thank you for attending this workshop. So for those of you who didn't see me this morning, I'm Karel, I'm the founder of Voxist, and I'm going to tell you a little more about what Voxist is. So the idea behind Voxist is how to use the latest technology to make something old-fashioned like voicemail relevant again in today's world, and in particular, what's about bots and AI. So first of all, what do I mean by outdated service like voicemail? Well, if you look at the phone, the device itself, in the last 20 years, it moved from being like an ugly, huge thing to something extremely modern that does so much more than a phone. In the meantime, the voicemail, it moved from being a tape recorder to a service that pretty much does everything the same. It's just, can play, record, erase, and I will say that even the interface is now more complex than it used to be. Does some of you remember if you need to press 4 to save your message or to erase your message, those kind of things. So what happened with all of that is that the user experience is become something very frustrating. You have people getting too much voicemail, they don't know how to handle them. You have people that make mistakes when they are trying to use their voicemail, so there is a very important message, and it's creating a lot of frustration. And globally, you have users that are willing to pay for a better service, and that's why I decided to create Voxist and try to solve that issue. And so how do I want to do that? Well, the idea is to bring to the voicemail at least the simplicity of usage of text. We are all used now to texting, messaging, a lot of chat apps, and so visual voicemail is something that has been coming over the last years, but it's still not present for all operator and for all phone. And so with Voxist, I want to bring visual voicemail to everybody. But the other cool thing is the speech-to-text functionality. So the idea that when you receive a voicemail, and you probably are not in a situation when you can listen to the voicemail, because if you cannot take the call, it's probably there is a good reason for that. But maybe you are able to read the text. You are in a meeting, you can in a blink of an eye read what's find the place where you can take that call. If you're in a noisy environment, it's okay, you can still read it. And the other thing we want to bring is something kind of cool and nice, is personalized greetings. So the idea is that when you call me, if you are my mother or a friend or a colleague, I don't have the same relationship. So why should you all have the same message? So with Voxist, we want to be able to personalize the greetings based on who is calling. And that also means that you can start putting some spam management. So we've seen a lot of cool services lately to manage spam, but usually they are just from the call part. So the person that is calling you is recognized as a spammer, but what happened then? You don't get the call, but then they are going to spam your voicemail because they get to your voicemail. So we need to bring that also to the voicemail, so all those calls are taken care of. So let me try to do something crazy, my own little dangerous demo, which is I'm going to do a live demo of where I stand right now with Voxist. Here we go. So I'm going to put that in the background. So I'm going to call myself, if I have network here, which seems to be the case, and leave a message. So bear with me. I'm just trying to make a call. That should be easy enough. And that's my Android phone where I cannot call anymore. I saw the dangerous part of the demo was Voxist not using a phone. Okay. What's going on? Sorry?
Yeah, try using this Bluetooth.
Can you call
it? Yeah.
Okay, +23. 631. 222504.
Sorry,
222504. And actually, I will leave the message because I need to speak French for this. I want to be really interested. I get a call from an unknown number. I plan, and this goes to the Telestax platform that I am actually using for voicemail. Bonjour, c'était un test pour Tap Summit. Je voulais voir si le répondeur Voxist fonctionne. So I left myself a message, and simple voicemail. I will get a notification, but what's cool here is I'll get the notification by email. So I will get an email with the audio file, which a lot of providers now do, but not all of them. But inside the email, I also have the transcription of the audio file, so I can read it. So that will be by email, and hopefully I will also get a notification from Apple, which with the beginning of the transcription. And when I click on it, then it opens the app, and then I have my message. And that's all going to happen because, yeah, so I got the email, and now I get the notification. So if I click on the notification, open the app, I get the message, or not. Oh. Network might be a little slow. In the meantime, let's read the email. Oop.
But it's struggling a little bit with the caller line ID. Wasn't expecting for a +44, was it?
Oh yeah, on the email I think it's still not good. So here I have the email and I see a couple of transcriptions right now. So I'm testing the different algorithm. But if I look at the E1 is high, a text, an SMS, well, no, it's not good actually. So the D is better. Hi, it was a test to attack Sonic, so that's wrong. I wanted to know if the voicemail, and now I've lost the screen. Okay. I want if the voicemail works, so that's quite good. So that algorithm was much better. And okay, in the meantime, it arrived here, so I can either just listen to the voicemail, well, we can't hear it here, but, or I can read the different transcription. And at that point, I can actually vote for the best transcription. So I'm feeding the learning to my algorithm to see which one is the best. So that was a quick demo. Hopefully it was quick enough that I still have time to finish the presentation. Where is my mouse? Up. No, I don't have that many things open. Should come. Yeah. Up. So what's the future? So the future, a lot of people think it's AI as being as vocal assistant. And you see that with things like Cortana and Siri. But as you might have heard earlier this morning, to me this is just a new form of UI. It's I interact with my device through voice instead of interacting through touch or through typing. But it's just a user interface. It's not really an assistant because then my device interacts with different services. So what I think we can do with Voxist is when you are not in a situation where you cannot do anything, you're sleeping, driving, whatever, then you want other people to interact with, by example, your calendar. And so that's become a real assistant. It's somebody that can take care of things when you're not available. And I think, voicemail is the perfect place to create those kind of services. And that's where I want to go in the future with Voxist. And if you do that, we can start by something very simple. Thinking, earlier I show you I get the voicemail into my email or into the Voxist application. Great, but people today have already a lot of application, and so why do they need another channel? If you are a Facebook Messenger fan, is where you like to spend your time to interact with your friends, well, I could push the voicemail there. If you are more, an entrepreneur like me, a startup, I spend a lot of my time in Slack. I love to get it in Slack. And actually, the same way I can do a personalized greeting, I could personalize where the message goes depending on who the person is. So, it's a customer of me who's giving me a call, then it goes in Slack, in a channel, and anyone in my team can react to that message. If it's my mother or my girlfriend, my wife, well, it goes maybe in Facebook Messenger because that's more of a personal thing. And then you can go and interact also with AI like Siri and Alexa, but now they become ways for you to interact with your voicemail. Imagine at home, Alexa could replace the old-fashioned voicemail instead of having the tape recorder with the little light that we used to have when we were, well, some of you were kids. Now, you come back home and you could have maybe your light bulb that is changing a little color to let you know that there is a message, and you say, hey, Alexa, I have a new voicemail, and you have your voicemail from home. It's so much nicer than any of the voicemail system you have on the new fixed lines. On the professional aspect, you could interact and you could interconnect your voicemail with Zendesk or Salesforce. So the same way I can now personalize the voicemail based on who is calling, it could be a more professional thing because you do that a lot with IPBX and things like that. But those are for fixed line. And nowadays, people are using mobile most of the time. I'm no longer calling any of my business partners using their fixed line. I call directly on their mobile, and then they will love probably to have my phone going to their Zendesk and support. So that's where we're going, and I'd be happy to take some question after, or I think that's the way it's, okay, at the end of the work stream. Thank you very much.